Guys, this is how it starts, right? So it all started from this Honda CRV. So let me tell you a little story. So this brings me back to humble beginnings, right? So I was in this car, I was doing my sales job, right? And I was the top performing salesperson there. I was literally the top performing salesperson there. And although I was the top performing salesperson there, I was still let go. Even though I was the top person there. I was the only person in the company who bought a sale to the company, and I was still let go, right? And then from there, what I did is this is my mum's car. At that time, at that time I didn't have a car, so I started doing Uber Eats, right, in this car. And I was going to the gym every day, and I'd do Uber Eats for probably about 8 hours every single day, and I was making like fuck all. I was making about $150 a day max after 8 hours. That's not excluding the $50 of fuel that will cost on the tank as well, because you'd be driving around all day, right? And I'd have to go to certain areas because near my area there was no work, there was no good work, it wasn't that busy. So I had to go to the metropolitan areas, so there was more work. So this is how it began, guys. And then this created a fire and a desire in me for me to want more. And I was jumping from business. I started going off on YouTube. I was posting every single day. I was on YouTube. At the same time, I was looking for a business model, but I was looking at five different business models at once. And I didn't know which one to pick, right? I didn't know which one to pick. And I just kept doing one, and then I do another, then I do one more, then I do this and that. And then I found one business model, right? And it started working, and it was a service based business. And then I started making real good money from that business, right? Then I got another job, and I was doing that business at the same time as that job. And then from there, things just picked up, and then it became a business. And then I got employees, I got a team, I started learning the whole business cycle, I knew how to do sales. And then it all just started working out, right? But it all started from me getting let go of my job and me needing more in my life, right? So if that I didn't go through that hardship, right, getting fired, then I would have not had the drive to actually go and create a business or create something for myself where I don't have to rely on other people for a source of income. Because even for the last 7 years, guys, I've been in sales, and it's very up and down. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. It's always very up and down. You never know what's gonna happen. So you have to be very careful. So that's why it's always good to have something of your own, because if you have something of your own, then you can actually make something of yourself, right? You can be reliant on your own income, and it's eat what you kill, right? That's how life should be. If you have this 9 to 5, it's good to have a 9 to 5, but if you have this 9 to 5 and it's not in sales, and you're very comfortable in it, and you just wake up, you go to the job, you don't do anything else, then it's a good life. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good life. It's very comfortable. It's fulfilling. Like, you feel good because you went to work. You come home. You probably chill with your friends, do whatever. It's pretty good. But you never know when your job can go. You never know what can happen to you. You never know when it's gonna be your last day, right? With all these technological advancements, with everything going on, you don't know, right? You don't know. So you gotta have something of your own. You gotta have a backup plan. You gotta have something that's gonna be there for you when you need it to be, when you're going through a crisis, when your dad dies, right? When you're when you have no job, you got fired, when you have to pay for some sort of surgery, right? You had some health concerns, you got diabetes, you got cancer. You don't know what's gonna happen. You have to fly overseas. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? You actually don't know what's gonna happen. But from there, what you're gonna realize is that for if you don't go through these hardships, you're not gonna realize how important money is. Because if you have money, then you can do anything. All right, it makes life a lot easier, and especially if you're in a country like Australia or Canada or America, or any of these first world countries, right? Then you have a lot of opportunities. But if you're not in one of those countries, then you should move to one and then really make something of yourself, right? Because if you do, then you can literally go to places that you've never been before, and you will feel so fulfilled from your life because it's all your own and your own hard work. So, guys, I'll have the Awakened Brotherhood. It's going to be in the link in the bio. Please join if you like this content, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.